Hey everybody, welcome back again, and today I'm taking a look at another brand new figure that has just come out and is just now arriving on doorsteps, and that is going to be MP Ultra's MPU-05 Acid Storm. So this is, as everybody knows, I want to call it a knockoff of the MP52 mold. These are basically direct copies of those particular figures. MPU, though, started out with modifying that mold to create the cone heads. So they created Thrust, Ramjet, and Dirge previously, and now they're re-releasing the regular Seekers in these alternate colors that we've seen throughout Transformers lore in the past. So with no delay, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing open and see what it looks like. And one thing I can say, I have never actually owned an MP52 mold of any figure, and I decided to take a chance when MPU-04 came out, their Sunstorm figure, just to kind of see what it was like, and I really liked the figure a lot. My biggest gripe, obviously, is with that particular mold, you don't get a waist swivel, and I think that's kind of an egregious oversight, originally by Takara. It would have been cool if maybe MPU had been able to kind of re-engineer a little bit to give us a waist swivel there, but it is what it is. So here we go. We've got him in his box. On the one side of the box, we've got him in bot mode. Same as with the Sunstorm figure and the other figures. On the other side of the box, we've got him in alt mode. On the sides and the bottoms and the tops, we've just got the name. So there we go with that. Really interesting here, I believe Acid Storm is actually a trademarked name for Takara/Hasbro as far as their Transformers go. So I'm really surprised that they've been able to get away with doing this, having him named exactly like that, and the other big thing, having the Decepticon logos on the wings. So that was something that was really surprising. So he's boxed up just like the other figures were. We've got this clear plastic clamshell. We've got the flight stand that comes separately. No instructions, no collector's card, unfortunately, but that's how it was with the Sunstorm figure, as well as, my understanding at least, the Conehead figures. So getting him out of the packaging, we've got a couple of blast effects here, and obviously the stand adapter to be able to put him either in flight mode or have him on the stand in bot mode. We've got several faces, so same faces that we got with Sunstorm. I believe they look to be the same faces. And then we've got the jet exhaust and some other blast effects, and then we've got his arm cannons. So one thing I will say is, just looking at it right off the bat, my first figure in this series, in this mold as a whole, was their previous release, which was the Sunstorm, and it had a lot of white paint on it, and it just didn't seem super great quality. It seemed to rub and smear and kind of get a little bit burnished when it came in contact with other pieces. But the paint on this one, actually, the cannons especially, seems to be a lot better, much nicer. And again, that may be just an effect of it, you know, those other cannons just being an almost entirely stark white in color. It just made them look off a little bit. But here we've got him he comes packaged in alt mode. Really nice color, very cool. Looks like we do have to do a little bit of cleanup here on the back to get this piece behind the cockpit kind of corrected. And this is how the Sunstorm figure was at first as well. Let's see. May have to do a little bit of playing to get that cleaned up, but overall he looks really nice. He's got really nice emblems here. Again, can't believe they were able to get away with doing this, but I guess they're a little bit covered and hidden because they don't have these on the box anywhere, so I guess it would be a little bit difficult to see that. I do have this little piece of, looks like plastic flash maybe from the molding process. I'm not really sure where that came from. I don't see any obvious scratches or anything on it. But yeah, overall he looks really good. I'm going to try to actually get this thing transformed and see what we've got. So stay tuned. I'm going to transform this thing really quick and we'll look at him in bot mode. So here we've got Acid Storm in his bot mode. Not too terribly difficult of a transformation. I was actually surprised at how easy it was, having never ever handled an MP52 mold before. But after transforming it a couple times with the Sunstorm figure that came out, it became pretty intuitive as far as the transformation goes. Couple issues that I had during the transformation. Part of the wing came apart. I don't know if you could see that in the transformation video. Just getting everything to peg in really well was a little bit challenging, but again, probably just a little bit of forgetfulness on my part. So let's just take a closer look at him. I'm going to go over the articulation. Again, if you're familiar with this mold, this is no news to you, but looking at his head, he is on a little bit of a hinge and a ball joint, and his head can get pretty much all the way around. He does extend a little bit, and you can kind of get a little bit of additional articulation, a little bit looking down. It can look way up. On the arms do go all the way around. Obviously, they're a little bit hindered by the wings. We do get a butterfly on the arm as well, straight out. We do get a bend at the elbow, and because of the way the molding and the transformation here, this should kind of catch a little bit more, but you do get better than 90 degrees at the elbow. The arm cannons are articulated. Fingers are individually articulated as well. The thumb is articulated, a little bit of a weird, this reminds me of the Jetfire masterpiece, but it is kind of an awkward way that the thumb is bent. It's just on a pin, 2 pins on the thumb, but you don't really get any like lateral movement out of the thumb. It's just kind of up and down relative to the hand. The big thing for me here is these figures do not have a waist swivel. They do have an ab crunch, but no waist swivel, which to me is a big no-no. The sculpt on this figure is so good. It's I love the way it looks. I just wish that it had a waist swivel on it. Again, not MPU's fault. I mean, this is the original mold. So there we have that. Hip skirts, we get hip skirts on the front for each leg. We do get side skirts for each leg. Leg goes all the way up on a ratchet joint. You can hear that nice and clicky. Leg goes up this far and not back quite as far because we are hindered a little bit by the backpack here, so can't get as much back. But as the knee goes, we get a better than a 90-degree bend at the knee. And then at the ankles, we do get an ankle tilt. The thruster here moves independently of the ankle. You really don't get a whole lot of articulation there. So it doesn't, it kind of makes awkward posing there because those two pieces don't sit flush together. So it makes it a little bit wobbly when you're trying to stand it. But yeah, there we go. I mean, it's really short and simple on this. If everybody's familiar with this mold, you know what you're getting with this figure, but I just wanted to show it off. I love the color on this. I love the paint scheme. This one is definitely going up on the shelf. It just overall a really good figure, and for the price, you can't really beat it. So if you haven't gotten this figure yet and you want one of these Rainmakers, this is the first in the Rainmaker. So we've still got Nova Storm and Ion Storm that are going to be coming, hopefully, I would assume. I'm not sure why they released Nova Storm first. But there we have it. So overall, a good figure. A recommendation for the price, I think it was about 80 bucks. So, and I got mine from Show Z, so it's going to be a little bit more if you get it from an American retailer, but there you go. And again, I appreciate everybody watching. If you enjoy this content, please like, please subscribe, and I'll keep doing it. Thanks for watching.